have to tell you before I start, from my vantage point, I've been looking at everybody's papers and they're all really nicely typed, and then I looked at my own, and I guess I'm still a student. So there. Good afternoon, President Faust, President Uribe, Dean Chenagel, distinguished guests, family, friends, alumni, and of course, my fellow students. I am honored to stand here today before you to represent the student body on this most important day in the history of the Harvard Extension School. Today I want to share with you a little bit about my history at the Extension School. On June 8th, 2000, I stood in Harvard Yard. I stood there along with several thousand other students. Our families were behind us. The cameras were clicking. President Rudenstein was in front of us. It was beautiful. It was one of those glorious Harvard days that we all look forward to. The banners were swaying. It was amazing. And I remember, for me, it was a life-altering moment. Dean Chenagel turned to President Rudenstein to present the candidates for associates, bachelors, and masters of liberal arts and extension studies. At that moment, I felt I had finally accomplished something in my life. Here I was. I'm an immigrant to the United States from Ireland. I had just completed 32 courses at Harvard in 4 years while working a full-time job and raising my sister. But my graduation day was not mine alone. My success was driven by the Extension School's amazingly talented faculty and administrators, the students I spent hours in class with, most of whom had full-time jobs and families at home, and by my dad, whose belief in me never, ever wavered. My success story is their success story. There is much I could say about the dedication of the Extension School faculty, and in these few moments, I can just say a little, but I want to tell you this. As an undergraduate, Dr. Joyce Van Dyke, an inspirational teacher of the works of Shakespeare, called me on a Sunday morning at home after I had left her a panicked message. I wasn't quite sure if I was going in the right direction with the paper. She reassured me I was on the right track and doing what I needed to do. Last year, I took the most amazing class, and for you students in the audience, I highly, highly recommend it. It is called The Future of War. It is a class with Dr. Thomas Nichols. He is a professor at the U.S. Naval War College in Rhode Island. He is also a fellow at the Kennedy School of Government. On learning of my interest in the role of women in war, Dr. Nichols invited me to spend a day at the college and arranged a meeting for me with Captain Sharon Johnson. Now, Captain Johnson is the first female naval officer to see live combat. She is an extraction specialist. She was brought into Somalia during what we all know as Black Hawk Down to evacuate the US troops. It was an amazing experience. She was so open and generous of her time with me. This experience was the result of a class at the Extension School, led by a professor who was as vested in my success as I was. So for Dr. Nichols, a very big thank you. My fellow students, they have enriched my life beyond my wildest experience. They are the most diverse group. They are people coming from so many parts of the US and the world. They are hungry for knowledge. They are dedicated to study, and the work and the life experiences that they share in the classroom enriches our learning experience each and every day. Over the years, many of them have left an indelible impression. Today, I'm just going to talk about one of them. Her name is Heather Adams. I met her in class in 2006. She was an immigrant to the US from Great Britain. She is the mother of 3 children, one of whom is severely autistic. She was pursuing a Bachelor of Liberal Arts at the Extension School. No doubt, Heather's plate was a very full one. But she always came to class fully prepared. She asked thoughtful and insightful questions. She was fully participatory. And she was an inspiration to me on days when work and homework seemed overwhelming. When I asked Heather what was her impetus for coming to the Extension School and pursuing a degree, she had a lot. She said, "I want to make a difference in my child's life. Children who cannot speak for themselves need a voice." Today, Heather is a master's degree candidate at Oxford University. No doubt, Heather will make a difference. 100 years ago, President Lowell established the Extension School to open the university's doors to the local community. Today, we celebrate the Extension School's place in Harvard's history, but we also celebrate its place in the world. While a great many of Harvard's employees, me included, take advantage of the wonderful assistance the university offers us, this academic year, as Dean Chenagel has already mentioned, the Extension School is offering more than 100 distance learning classes where people like me from all over the world can experience the wealth of knowledge that Harvard has to offer. On behalf of the student body of the Harvard Extension School, I want to express our profound and my profound appreciation to Dean Chenagel and the dedicated faculty and staff, administrators of the Extension School for the life that they have brought us. A second chance for many of us. Thank you.